Welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you are not new. If you are new, we talk all about sociology, UX design, transitioning from uni into work, which is what I'm doing now. So I'm really excited to be talking to you today about whether or not sociology is worth studying. Now, before we jump into that though, I know I've been a bit MIA, so let me give you a little bit of an update. So, number one, I've been trying to edit a really long sociology commentary video, which is all about, how the self-help industry is toxic. And that's why I thought I should probably come out with a shorter video, which is why I'm here right now talking to you about whether sociology is worth it. And secondly, I landed an internship. I'm so excited. It's a marketing internship at a startup. I can tell you more about it once I start and like get it all confirmed, be onboarded, stuff like that. But yeah, I'm really excited to start. And number three, I've also landed a volunteer / pro bono project for UX design. And this is really important to me because I've been trying to get into the UX design industry, as you all know from my previous videos. So that's really exciting. But obviously, I also want to carry on this channel. As well as my coaching business. So, there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes. And also my graduation was cancelled. So, that's also another thing. But anyway, let's get on into the video. So how I'm going to structure this video is a few questions. Was the time worth it? Was the effort worth it? Was the experience worth it? And was the studying worth it? If you see me looking off to the side, that's because I've got my notes on my laptop screen. That's why I'll be looking over there a little bit. But yeah, that's how I'll be breaking down this video. So number one, was the time worth it? I already applied for the 4-year course at the University of Bath for sociology with placement. So it'll be first year, second year, placement year, and then final year. However, because of the whole situation, the whole panorama happening, it was really difficult to get an internship or placement in my third year, so I just went back straight to university to complete my studies in my final year. And looking back, even though it was really frustrating, as you will see from this video that I posted talking about my placement fail experience, I'm actually really glad that I didn't end up getting an internship, because now I'm able to get an internship now and go into a job after it if there is scope and if we feel that I'm a good fit with the company. So I ended up only studying for 3 years, and there is no option to fast track, I do not think, in the UK. I think you might be able to fast track your studying to like 2 years in the US. I'm not sure. If you know anything about that, comment below, because I won't be able to help any of you US friends with admissions and things like that. But yeah, so I studied for 3 years. I think it was worth it, although now I'm so glad to be out of education. I'm so glad to be finished with uni. So I do think the 3 years was worth it because it gave me a lot of time to grow. And there was also a lot of other factors. Like I moved out, I moved away from home, I lived by myself, I lived with friends, I had to deal with bills and things like that. So there's a lot of growing up happening as well behind the scenes. It's not only studying. But if we're just talking about sociology purely, was the time worth it to be studying a sociology degree? I'd say yes, because I learned so much. I did so many different modules, from gender, sexuality, science and technology, to the sociology of death, to understanding Britain in a global context, to researching social change. I did so many different modules. I'll leave the unit catalog for 2021 to 22 in the description box below, so you can check out like all the different units that we offer at Sociology at Bath. Not we, but the university office. Secondly, I want to talk about whether the effort was worth it. Now, looking at how you measure worth by how you measure success in university. Is it your grades? Is it your final results? If in that case, then I was awarded a 2-1, so an upper class first and upper second class honours, which I'm very happy about. And I also got awarded a first class for my dissertation. So honestly, I do think it was worth it to have, a degree at the end of it, even though it is just a piece of paper that you paid over £27,000 for. It is worth it if that's what you're going for. However, if you do not like studying, if studying is not for you, I do not suggest going to university, because there's a lot of studying, there's a lot of writing, reading, and if that's just not for you, then do something else, find something else, do an apprenticeship, do a degree apprenticeship that allows you the flexibility of studying but also working and gaining experience, and also money. You get paid for degree apprenticeships. It also might help you sponsor your degree, which is always good. Now, thirdly, I want to talk about the experience. Now, I went to the University of Bath, so I can only speak from my experience, my own personal experience going to Bath, studying at the University of Bath. There's also the Bath Spa University, so I cannot speak for their experience. But at the University of Bath, it's really nice. The campus is small, but also, kind of spread out. There's the lake. There's a lot of things that you can do. Also, talking about Bath itself, is a really pretty city, a lot smaller than London, a lot smaller than London, of course, but it is nice. There's things that you can do. So, for example, I've just been to the spa, the Thermae Bath Spa, like the hot spring, the thermal water was so good. And yeah, and there's a lot of pretty buildings. There's a Royal Crescent, there's a lot of cute shops and cafes, so Bath makes a really good place for a day trip. However, if you're there for 3 years, coming from London to Bath, as I did, and being really used to like the city, it was really small for me. Like, I kind of got bored, especially in lockdown, because there's not a lot of places you can go. There's places like Whalley Weir, there's the fields, there's going on skyline walks and things like that, but I'm not like a huge like walking kind of person, so like I like more exploring the city. I like exploring places, things to do, things to eat, and like there's not a lot of diversity in Bath, unfortunately. If you go outside of big cities, you're not going to find a lot of diversity, and that also impacts the selection of food. So there was a Chinese restaurant. I know there's a noodle place near the station. There's also a Vietnamese place called Noise Kitchen, which I really recommend. Let me know if you want me to do a video recommending like places in Bath to visit, because I visited a lot of places because there's not a lot of places anyway. But yeah, Noise Kitchen is really nice. There's a few Japanese places. My favorite one is Hondo. We always used to go there. It's a Japanese restaurant. It does really good sushi, bento boxes, and all that. What else is there? In terms of like Asian, there's a lot of Thai restaurants, which is quite nice. There's a Nepalese place, but they're missing like a good Chinese restaurant, and they're also missing like Korean food. Compared to London and Soho and what I'm used to, like it just didn't cut it. I would not be able to survive there for any longer. Like, if I was not able to visit London, I don't know, I couldn't have survived. There was a few Asian supermarkets, so that was good. I was able to do like shopping and things, but I couldn't get like dim sum. I couldn't get Korean barbecue, anything like that. I think that would have been really good, like a really good addition to the food scene. But when it's not very diverse, the food's not going to be very diverse. Now, finally, I want to talk about whether the studying was worth it. It kind of ties into the first one, whether the time was worth it. And honestly, it was a lot of effort. Most of it was coursework, as I've mentioned in a few of my previous videos. Sociology is very coursework based, a lot of essays, a lot of writing, a lot of reading. So if that's not for you, don't do it. I say that plainly, don't do it if it's not for you. And I see a lot of people coming for me in the comments like, sociology is like not like good, blah, 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 blah. But I'm like, I literally said, if you don't think the premise of sociology is worth it, then don't study it. Don't come for me. Don't come for me in the comments. Don't watch my videos. You know what I mean? Like, I'm here to educate people on the power of sociology, and people who want to do sociology but are unsure. Like, I'm here to tell you and reassure you that I came out of this on the other side with a 2-1 from the University of Bath, and I'm doing fine. I've got an internship. I'm doing projects. I'm good. So I do think it was worth it. But, if this is not for you, then if university is not for you, if sociology is not for you, then don't do it. However, if you would like to study sociology, if you're interested in it, if you want to know more about how the world works, then 100% I would 100%, 2000% recommend it. But anyway, that's it for today's video. I know it's shorter than usual, but yeah, I think it's good to have like short videos in between long videos, because it's just nice to have a break for me, but also for you. Like, you don't want to be watching half-an-hour videos all the time. But hopefully you'll enjoy the sociology commentary series. I've also got a few exciting topics coming up, so I can't wait for you to see them. But yeah, other than that, I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.